Welcome to Revlytic, a place where ideas meet the road. Whether you're driving, relaxing, studying, or simply taking a moment for yourself, we're glad you're here. Tonight's journey is about more than the destination. It's about the thoughts, lessons, and perspectives we discover along the way. So settle in, enjoy the drive, and let's begin. Tonight, we're talking about something that almost everyone struggles with: procrastination. Most people think procrastination is simply a time management problem. They believe they're putting things off because they're lazy, distracted, or unmotivated. But the truth is often much deeper than that. Procrastination isn't usually about time. It's about emotions. It's about how we feel when we think about a task, a responsibility, or a goal. Think about something you've been avoiding recently. Maybe it's a difficult conversation, a project you've been meaning to start, a decision you've been postponing, or perhaps a goal that has been sitting in the back of your mind for months. Chances are, you already know what needs to be done. The problem isn't a lack of knowledge. The problem is the discomfort associated with taking action. And because human beings naturally seek comfort, we often choose short-term relief over long-term progress. The strange thing about procrastination is that it feels harmless in the moment. Telling yourself you'll start tomorrow doesn't seem like a big deal. Delaying something for a few hours feels insignificant. Watching one more video or scrolling for a little longer seems completely reasonable. But the real cost of procrastination is rarely paid immediately. It's paid gradually, quietly, day after day, week after week. Until one day you realize months or even years have passed and the things you once dreamed about are still waiting for you. One of the biggest misconceptions about productivity is the belief that successful people always feel ready to begin. In reality, they often feel the same resistance as everyone else. The difference is that they understand an important truth. Action comes before motivation more often than motivation comes before action. Many people wait until they feel inspired before they start. But successful people start first, knowing that motivation often appears after movement has already begun. Imagine standing at the edge of a cold swimming pool. The longer you stand there thinking about the cold water, the more uncomfortable it seems. Your mind creates reasons to wait. Maybe later, maybe tomorrow, maybe when the weather is better. But once you finally jump in, you quickly realize the anticipation was worse than the experience itself. Many tasks in life work exactly the same way. The fear, uncertainty, and discomfort we imagine are often greater than the reality we eventually face. Another hidden cost of procrastination is the damage it causes to self-trust. Every time you make a promise to yourself and fail to follow through, a small part of your confidence disappears. You begin to doubt your own commitments. You stop believing your own plans. Eventually, even simple goals begin to feel unrealistic because you've trained yourself to expect delay instead of action. This is why overcoming procrastination is about more than productivity. It's about rebuilding trust in yourself. The good news is that overcoming procrastination doesn't require a dramatic transformation. In fact, trying to change everything at once often makes the problem worse. The most effective solution is surprisingly simple. Make the first step smaller, much smaller than you think it should be. If you've been avoiding writing, commit to writing 1 paragraph. If you've been avoiding exercise, commit to 5 minutes. If you've been avoiding learning a new skill, spend 10 minutes getting started. The goal is not to finish. The goal is to begin. Once momentum starts, something interesting happens. The task becomes easier. The resistance begins to fade. The energy you are waiting for starts to appear. This is because action creates momentum, and momentum creates motivation. Yet most people spend their lives waiting for motivation before taking action. They have the process completely backwards. As we continue this drive, it's worth considering how many opportunities are lost because of delay. Not because people aren't capable, not because they lack talent, but because they convince themselves there would always be more time. One of the most valuable realizations in life is understanding that time moves forward whether we act or not. Every day passes, every week passes, every year passes. The question is whether we're moving with it or simply watching it go. The truth is that your future is being shaped right now by the things you're doing and the things you're avoiding. The small decisions you make today eventually become the reality you experience tomorrow. This can feel intimidating, but it can also be empowering, because it means that even a small action taken today has the power to change the direction of your future. As we reach the end of today's journey, here's one final thought. Procrastination doesn't steal your success overnight. It steals it quietly, one delay at a time, but progress works the same way. Success is rarely built through massive actions. More often, it's built through small decisions repeated consistently. The decision to begin, the decision to continue, the decision to take one step forward even when you don't feel ready. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel completely confident. Start before you're ready. Start while you're uncertain. Start while the outcome is still unclear. Because the life you want is usually found on the other side of the things you've been avoiding. Thank you for spending this time with Revlytic. If today's journey gave you a new idea, a new perspective, or simply a moment of peace, then it was time well spent. Until our next drive, stay curious, keep moving forward, and take care. This is Revlytic, signing off.